All right, Khadija, I'd like to begin with a little introduction about myself, the organization, and the process we follow. So, my name is Asim Siddiqui. I lead the talent acquisition team over here at Horizon Technologies. So, Horizon itself is a BPO service provider. We have clientels across the US and Canada, and they all belong to different industries. So, we are based here in Karachi, and most of our strength is also here in Karachi, but we are spread across Pakistan in terms of remote resources working in different areas.
Okay.
So once we are done with this conversation, Khadija, we will be sharing your profile with the client and the management, based on which they will make a decision on how to move forward with you, which is why we wanted
Okay.
to record this call. All right.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So once again, Khadija, my job here is only to connect you with the hiring manager. I'm not qualified enough to assess you on your skill set, obviously.
Okay.
But which is why I want you to, if you can walk me through your resume, like what kind of tools you have used, your day-to-day task, designs you have created, uh, any specific industries that you have worked on, so on and so forth, including your
Okay.
academics. That would be great, please.
Okay. So first of all, I will introduce myself. My name is Khadija Hayat. I am from Shekhupura, and I have studied in clothing and textiles. I have done masters from University of Agriculture, and I also done freelancing in graphic designing. And throughout my masters, I have been working as a freelance graphic designer. I have worked with multiple industries, like exporter companies, which are from Karachi. They hire me for their work for internationally tasks for their products. I have created brand logos, their company logos, and package designing, and multiple banners designs and post designs for them. And they also hire me for their marketing posts. So I have created kind of logos and post designs and package designing, and also I have created multiple designs in the textile industry and fashion designing.
Okay. So as far as the tools are concerned, which are relevant to graphic designing, you have mentioned
Okay.
Photoshop, Illustrator, XD, Figma,
Yes.
UI, UX
Yes. Yes.
designing.
Yes.
Anything
Yes.
else that you'd like to add in those?
No. No.
Okay.
Just that.
Okay. Have you heard of InDesign?
Yes, sir, I have heard about that, but I have not that much kind of practice on InDesign, but I have read some kinds of points on of InDesign. Like, I am familiar with the software, which is also used for designing and creating images and for design purposes, but I prefer like Photoshop and Illustrator.
Okay. Okay. It's
Mm.
understandable. And also, I wanted to ask you about it. In your resume under the experience section, the first
Mm-hmm.
two jobs that you have mentioned, there are only titles of your roles are mentioned over there. There
Mm-hmm.
is uh, no employer's name, no duration, nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
So can you guide me through that?
Mm-hmm.
Like your first experience title says UI UX designer. What was the company's name,
Mm-hmm.
and how much time did you spend over there?
Well, as a UX designer, I was working as a freelancer. They didn't mention the name, like it was from somebody else. They contact me with my friend, so I just have to design app designs for them. So they didn't mention the name. That's why I didn't mention it on my CV.
Okay. So are you currently working as a freelancer only?
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm just currently working as a freelancer.
Okay. So what was your last full-time employment with any organization?
Sir, it was not as a graphic designer. Well, had been working as a design internee in Nishat. It was an internship, but not a full time job, just an internship after my bachelor's. So, as a graphic designer, I prefer it as a freelancer.
Okay. And how long have you been working as a freelancer?
It's about 2 to 3 years. I started in 2021. throughout my
Okay.
master's.
Okay. So almost 2.5 years.
Yes, sir.
Uh, you've been working as a freelancer for quite some time. Why do you need you or you feel like there is a need that you want to switch to a full-time employment?
Well, as I say, I have studied in clothing and textile, and if you can see, there are many opportunities as work as a fashion designer, textile designer, but it's very difficult for a fresher to got the jobs in Pakistan as a designer in industry, in textile industry and fashion brands. So I prefer a graphic designer for full-time employment because I have been working as a freelancer graphic designer, so I have decided to work full time to serve it and gain more experience and knowledges in that category.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. What I understood from your statement is, so you started working as a freelancer only to gain experience, and now you think that you have enough experience, you can work as a full-time employee with any organization. Is this correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
all right. Okay, so technically you are not employed full-time in any organization. So given that fact, you are immediately available to join if anyone else offers you.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So let's talk about the salary part. If you don't mind me asking, can you tell me what are you looking for?
Well, I'm looking for 60 plus because currently, if I talk about my projects, then I am earning around about 50 to 60. So I'm expecting it plus 60 or 50 plus.
Okay. And what do you know about, particularly talking about the job description? I'm sure Bushra must have already shared with you. What do
Yes,
you
sir.
understand about the role, like, what the client is looking for?
Well, what I have understand about the job description is that they are looking to proofread their designs and to edit the videos and whatever the logos they want to edit and to make it in a correct position they want it to make it more in a better way. That's why they most of designs they are requiring they are vector files, so that's why they need an Adobe Illustrator expertise and which can work on vector designs to create it from lines and shapes and curves to make it more uh, like good in sense.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
So I'll tell you a little bit about, since you haven't worked in a full-time environment before.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay.
so this is, very different working as a freelancer. It's very different working for a full-time employee,
Okay.
especially when you're working
Okay.
remotely. So even though there are a lot of people who are working on site here in our office, but in a sense they are still working remotely because the client is based in US. So
Mm-hmm.
in a remote environment, the client will always want to see what kind of productivity that you are offering. So it's not
Okay.
just the end result or the delivery that they're interested in, but your
Mm-hmm.
throughout time that you are spending during the day. So
Mm-hmm.
it'll be a
Yes.
9 hours of shift, most
Mm-hmm.
definitely night shift. The timing may vary,
Mm-hmm.
like either 5 to 2 or 6 to 3 or 7 to 4, depending on the daylight saving and when exactly the client wants you to start it. So, are you comfortable working in the environment where you may not have as much freedom as you do have working as a freelancer? Because, in a freelancer, it's all about delivery. So there are no time
Mm-hmm.
constraints. You have your work. You can do it in your own time. You feel like working for half an hour, then a couple of more hours, and so on and so forth. This will be a strict shift timings, like 9 hours of shift with 1 hour of break. So 8 hours you're supposed to do the job that the client is asking you to do, and
Mm-hmm.
perform in this manner.
Yeah.
So how do you feel
Yeah.
about working as a full-time employee for any client that is remote?
Well, it's a good idea because I prefer remote jobs because it's easy to work in your space, right? And as you say, it is a full-time job and 9 hours. So it's not difficult for me because the timing you are offering is like 6 to 3, and most of the time when I done my projects, I done in that time, and I work consistently on my designs. So it is not difficult for me to work consistently in 9 hours, because I work in that hours in night. So it's not difficult for me. That's why it's fine. It's totally accepted.
Okay. Okay. And I was looking at the academics in your resume. It says that the latest you have done MSc honors in home economics, clothing and textile,
Yes,
and you
yes,
are done with it in 2022.
yes.
Okay, that's good. All right. Do you have any questions for us at this time, Khadija?
Yes, sir. I
Please.
wanted to know about what other soft skills you are expecting to done this job best.
So as far as skill sets other than what is required in the job description, this is where we as Horizon Technology comes in. So
Mm-hmm.
you know uh, soft skills in a sense that this will be an international client. Most definitely they are based in US.
Yes, sir.
So English communication is a must. Some
Yes.
ethics, like I've already mentioned, since it's a remote job, and especially since you're not in the
Mm-hmm.
premises of the implementation partner, which is us. So
Mm-hmm.
showing your presence throughout the working hours is very important. So the
Okay.
client may want to see you. I'll just give you an example. There is one client who is requesting each of their remote staff to keep their camera on while working, regardless if there is a
Okay.
meeting or not. So throughout the
Okay.
9 hours of shift, the camera is always open. Obviously, if there is a break time, you're leaving your station for some time. You mention that you're taking a break. You turn off the camera and then you
Okay.
leave and come back again. Turn on the camera again, and then you start working. Regardless if you're talking to someone, having a meeting or anything like that, your camera is on. So they want to see what kind of work or what kind of posture that you're creating while working. So it's not just the
Okay.
performance thereafter, it's
Okay.
the environment as well.
Okay.
Okay, so this is just a vague example I gave you. Not everybody is the same, obviously, but yeah, these are kind of like concerns that remote staff often have to face. Okay,
Okay.
so other than that, there is nothing to worry about. I'm not trying to
Okay.
scare you anything, but
No, 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 no. It's
right.
okay.
So I'm sure even though you have worked as a freelancer for a long time, but even as a freelancer, you work remotely. So I'm sure you must have some idea of how
Yes.
corporate client works at.
Yes.
So yeah, any other question I can help you with?
Nothing. Just that.
Okay.
Okay.
So we will most definitely be sharing your profile with the client, Khadija. As soon as they come back
Okay.
to us, you're probably looking at maybe 1 to 2 more sessions if they feel confident about your profile, of course. So one
Okay.
to two
Okay.
more session with the client and the management, and then
Okay.
we will proceed with the offer.
Okay.
So once there is a time for making you an offer, there are a couple of pointers that are mentioned in our employment agreement that we discuss with
Mm-hmm.
the candidates beforehand, so there are no surprises.
Okay.
One of the clause
Mm-hmm.
is the commitment clause, which basically says that we expect you to stay with us for at least 1 year. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
yeah, so that's the minimum duration that we require each employee to make the commitment of to stay with us. Of
Okay.
course, we want you to stay with us for years and years to come, but
Mm-hmm.
at least 1 year of time that we require from each employee. All right.
Okay.
Second is the exclusivity clause, which basically says
Okay.
that while working with us, you will not be
Mm-hmm.
engaging anywhere else, like a freelancer, second job, part-time job, or anything like that. So your freelancing
Okay.
work has to stop. So
Okay. Okay.
would that be fine with you?
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Perfect. Third, it's part of our benefits plan, which is
Mm-hmm.
Provident Fund. Do you know how that
Okay.
works?
Uh, Not that much, but a little bit.
Okay.
My as my brother work, that's why he told me about the fund. He said that during a job you get that fund. That's it.
Right.
Not much.
So I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's kind of like a savings account. So
Okay.
5% of your salary will be deducted from your side, and the
Okay.
same amount of 5% will be put in from the employer side. So altogether 10% that will keep on adding up until the time you leave. So
Okay. Okay.
anytime you leave after a year's time, all that
Mm-hmm.
amount will be handed over to you as part of your clearance, along with the employment certificate and everything. So
Okay.
it has
Okay.
to be after a year's time. So for
Okay. Okay.
any reason, if you leave before 1 year, you will not get anything,
Mm-hmm.
basically.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
which is
Okay.
where the commitment clause comes in.
Yeah. Yeah. I got it.
All right.
Yeah.
So Khadija, that's pretty much it from our side at this time. If you don't have any
Okay.
further questions, we'll be wrapping this up. If you come across anything else, a question, a concern, even later on, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'll be happy to
Okay.
assist. All right.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Khadija. Allah Hafiz.
you. You're welcome. Allah Hafiz. Take care.
Bye.